Hi there, my name is Aaron Short. Welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm live. This is great. Cheers, everybody. No Sandhole sniffer mug today. I really should have one. I completely just jumped on here out of the blue. I don't know if anyone will even be here today. I didn't even advertise this at all. But if you're watching this in the future, if this video stays up, I'm not sure what will happen, if it will stay up or not. But if it does, I'm testing my new rig, which is going to be the MacBook Pro M1 Max, and I'm going to see if the fan turns on today, what the noise in here is like, and if I can put this thing through its paces, as well as answer some viewers' comments that I've had as well. Maury Rich is here. Maury, I just went live and it was great. I went live, I copied the URL from Ecamm and I went to Facebook. There was no lag. Unfortunately, the planes are still flying. I couldn't stop those. But there was no lag when I posted it to Facebook and everything was just completely smooth. And my next test quickly is going to be the fan noise. These are the things that matter to me. So when we were live on Monday, I did a dB test and it was 32 in the room. As soon as we went live, I think it was around 45 decibels in here. So I'm going to put the dB meter here and see what the level is right now. I can tell you right now there's no fan on at all. I'll just see what it says. It says 32. So this is, obviously it goes up when I talk, but this is the same volume. This is the same ambient noise in here when I'm not streaming on the iMac now as I am now streaming. I can say the computer is warm to the touch. I mean, it's doing a lot. And actually on Monday we were in 1080, no, Monday we were in 4K 30 frames a second. Today I'm in 4K 60. I wanted to push this today. So I'm in 4K 60 frames a second, highest quality possible. And yeah, my screen doesn't look completely smooth, but it never does. I think that's just the camera. I had to reset everything up again. I actually found something in my Apollo software. I used to have like an echo and I posted a workaround to YouTube. But while I was going to set that up again today, I realized there's actually audio latency compensation in the Apollo. So I just turned it off and that weird noise went away. So it's actually, I just learned something new today. There's an even easier way of fixing that than the workaround I posted. So maybe I should post another video. I don't know. But let me know, does it look okay? I've got the delay compensation on again as always. It's on 4. And that's what I normally have it on. Yeah, there's no fan noise. I'll just turn off my my noise gate so you can hear it in case you're interested in this stuff. Here's the noise gate is on right now. Here's the noise gate off. Now. So there's noise, but that noise you hear is like the neighbor's TV and the ambient noise in the room from outside. That's not the fan noise. Oh yeah, I completely forgot that. The shutter speed should be at 121. Yeah, my shutter speed is wrong. You're absolutely right. Now, can I change that while I'm live? Anyway, that's without the noise gate. Perfectly fine. I could stream like this. Now, with the noise gate, it's still better because it gets rid of any mouse clicks. It gets rid of all the background noise, of course. But if I want to turn it off and play some guitar, which I will do later on, I can still do that. Now, you're right about the shutter speed. Let me just see if I can change that on the camera while I'm live. Probably won't be able to without breaking something. I'm set at 1/60 right now. (1/60). I'm going to change it if I can. I was just doing this the other day, so I should be able to. ISO. Sony cameras have so many menu options, it's impossible to find anything. And I can never do this stuff when I'm live. It's too stressful. I can always do it once I finish streaming. Oh, where is it? Come on. I should try one time. Nope, I don't see it there. 1/60. Usually it's just, I've got the ISO, it's usually just one button to change it. I can't remember. I'll leave it. I think it's okay. No, I think I think that will make a difference if I change that setting, because I'm streaming at 60 frames a second, which I stopped doing for a while, and therefore I changed the camera back to 1/60. But you're right, when you're at 60 frames a second, it should be 125. So that might make a difference. Anyway, that's fine. And yeah, oh, you're right. Oh, yes, that's right. That's another reason why I stopped doing 1/25, because it also makes the picture darker. That's another reason why I've started doing videos at 30. The reason I'm streaming at 60 today is purely to put the computer under pressure to see if I can get the fan to turn on. That's the reason. So I think the next stream I do, I'll go back down to 1/30 again. 30 frames a second again. So let me just try some stuff here then. Before I get into this, I'm going to, just in case I break something, I'm going to open every app on the computer. Let's see what happens. Let's see if the stream suffers at all. I'm going to open, so you have to just trust me here. I've opened Messages. I've opened Mail. I've opened Maps. I've opened Photos. I've opened Calendar. I've opened Contacts. I've opened Reminders. I've opened Notes. I'm opening Apple TV. I'm opening Apple Music. I'm opening Apple Podcasts. I'm opening the news. I'm opening Keynote. I'm opening Numbers. I'm opening Pages. I'm opening the App Store. I'm opening System Preferences. I'm opening Final Cut Pro. I'm opening the console for the Apollo Twin X. And I'm opening Band in the Box from PG Music. Now, you would never do that, of course, on a live stream. When you do a live stream, you really want to restart the computer and not have anything else running, right? Why would you, unless you were showing something off on the screen? But right now, I have all of those things open while I'm streaming this. I think that's really, really impressive. Old says, do the chips run hot? Well, that's the whole point with these new Apple chips, Olds. They're supposed to run cool, and therefore you get less fan noise and more efficiency. And the reason I want to do this live stream is to make sure it works as advertised. So that's exactly what I'm doing now. I'm trying to see how hot it gets. Now the computer, I'm feeling the computer here in front of me. It is warm to the touch. It's not uncomfortably hot. I could type on its keyboard if I wanted to, but I'm using an external keyboard just so I don't have to feel the warmth of the computer at all. But what I want to see today is, for this 4K 60 frames a second live stream with all these things running, will the fan turn on at all? If it doesn't, then that's great. All I really care about with the new computer is, does the fan turn on or not? I want no fan noise in my videos. That means I don't have to use the noise gate at all times. That's the most important thing. Yeah, it's weird. It's like the fan. It's all about the fan for me. Even though I use a noise gate, I just don't want that background ambient noise. I don't want any noise to come through. When you're in an apartment, it doesn't really matter. I feel like if you live in a house or have a basement which is silent, completely silent, then you have a completely silent computer. That's going to be incredible. Like I said before, I'm still going to get some ambient noise in an apartment, but that fan was really loud before, and it generated a lot of heat as well. So we shall see. I shall leave that running, and I shall do the volume test again at the end of the stream to see if there's any extra noise, if the fan has kicked on at all. But right now, the noise meter is reading 32, and the ambient noise in this room is 32. So there's no fan at all, which is really great. All right, let's say hi to some people. I got some stuff to talk about as well, some gear things. So Maury says, oh yeah, about the shutter. You know what? I'm not going to stream. I'm not going to make videos in 60 frames a second, even though I can, because no one really does it. And like I said, that shutter, the higher shutter speed numbers will make the picture darker. Then you've got to turn the ISO up, which gets more grain. I don't think I need it. I'm gonna do my videos in 30 frames, but I'm gonna leave this today at 4K high quality video 60 frames a second with all the other apps running to see if it causes any issues here with the stream. So far, nothing. It's working great. Holds on my phone. Raise the ISO. Yes, I don't want to raise the ISO because it's going to add noise. That's right. No need to forward unnecessary stuff. I agree. And with Ecamm, I did a fresh install, of course. I did import my profile, which should have brought all my settings back, but it seems to have lost some settings and graphics and things, so I've had to redo those, unfortunately. I think my info box is still working. I do have some special Halloween graphics like this. Happy Halloween, everybody. All right, Ricardo says, hey guys, I have a MacBook Air Mini M1 and a Mac Mini M1 in the studio. Nice. Curious to see the new pros. My 2015 iMac is jealous. You know, this is what I feel about this Mac stuff. I had the 2015 iMac that Maury has, and it's been great. And it's still great to this day. I bet with a fresh install, 90% of people will be very happy with it. I also think that like the M1, Ricardo is saying, the M1 Mini with a decent display, that is so affordable and is great. And like I said, you're not going to be running all the apps at the same time. I think if you're just streaming in 1080 or 4K 30 frames a second, the M1s are absolutely fine. I don't think you need to get the, well, that's my thought so far. You don't need to get the Pro Max because remember, the single core performance is the same in all of them. These ones are for multi-core. These ones are if you want to live stream while rendering 4 streams of 4K footage in Final Cut Pro. Now, why would you do that? I'm not going to do that. I'm going to render my video when I'm done. I think it's going to be overkill for a lot of people, but my iMac had started to show its age. It was even silly things like trying to post links in Facebook while I'm live. That was slowing down to a halt. That was making the stream cut out. That's not good. I didn't want that. When I am editing a video, I want to be able to film full quality videos, drop them in, have maybe 2 or 3 cameras, drop them in and have no beach ball. Because every time you get the beach ball and you have to wait a few seconds, you are losing time. And over a year, that adds up to minutes, hours, for some people, days. But I will say this is great. Like having the extra port on the side is great. So I've got a dock with everything in it. And then I've got the computer hooked up to the monitor. So having those extra ports are great. The sound is much better on the laptop. The picture is much better on the laptop than the last generation. Right now it doesn't matter because the laptop is closed in clamshell and I'm just using this like an iMac basically. So I'm not using that to its full potential. But what I plan to do for a live stream in the future is to open the screen up, have it below the monitor, and then have 2 screens. And even my iPad here, which wasn't working well with the iMac, is working great with this. I can use that as a 3rd mini screen with the iMac that would lose connection. So there were some things starting to kind of show their age and die with the iMac. I still think it's great. I still think a lot of people could still stream and use it. I was using it until yesterday. I was using it to stream and make videos. It was fine. Absolutely fine. But I just say it was time, and I've wanted to upgrade for so long now. I tried the iMac Pro. I tried the 2019 iMac. I had to send them back because they still had that fan noise. They still had the beach ball. So at that point, I was like, well, that's not an upgrade. This is an upgrade. There's no fan. Well, there's a barely audible fan at times. Yesterday when I was setting up, but you have to really listen for it. So there's no fan noise. It's super responsive. It loads up really fast. Everything's just running like so fast on it. And it's getting warmer, so we'll see if the fan does turn on. But remember, it's also in clamshell mode, so it's closed right now. When it's open on a stand, there'll be even more airflow coming through. Ricardo says, computers don't hold their value, but a good investment. That's exactly it, Ricardo. A lot of people knock Apple, but I've got to say that iMac was incredible. 6 years of professional use, and I could probably still sell it now for a decent price. The trade-in right now is $550, so that's got to be worth $900 used to someone. And more than paid for itself. It never went wrong. It was perfect. It's been, I can't praise it high enough. It's still a great machine now, 6 years later. I did get the best one at the time, and I think that's important to do. With this one, I didn't get the absolute highest chip. I went down by 1. I kind of regret it because it was $200 more, and for the amount of money you spend, you may as well go and get the top one. Although I don't think I might regret saying this, I don't think I'll use the power of this thing. I think my use is somewhere in between the M1 from last year and the M1X. I don't think I need that super high. I don't need to run like 8 streams of 8K. Maybe I will though at one point, so that's why it's good to get the best one you can at the time. I have noticed that I will be using 16 gig of RAM on this, and this is 32, and the last generation only went to 16. So I do think this is important for people that want to stream in 4K, want to make videos in 4K with more than one feed per video. Yeah, that mouse. So I got a new mouse, and I got the same one again, Lee, but at least it's got a new battery, so the battery should last longer. The thing is, again, I gotta say, the iMac mouse has been working fine as long as I charged up every few months. The battery hasn't died. I really think that was probably one of the best machines I ever had, the iMac. Great. Having said that, this is another level. This is another level up. I'll give you a Halloween for that. See, Maury, that's how you do a ghost, my friend. He sent me a ghost on Monday and it made some weird noises on the computer. That's how you do a ghost graphic. So yeah, I was thinking now I can play the guitar as well, which is nice, because the problem with having the noise gate running all the time is if you play the guitar, the noise gate kills it, right? You hear that it faded off really quickly. So the great thing with this is if I go into the console and turn off the noise gate, a little bit of noise, ambient noise, no fan, really nice. And now if I play the guitar, the noise gate won't kill it. Okay. Now I am only using the shotgun mic. It'd be better to have a mic like my Neumann here in front of me for these streams if I want to play and sing. But if I do want to play and sing now with the mic, even a blend of pickup and mic, I'm not getting that crazy ambient noise that I used to get before. I'm just getting the airplanes. So if I can choose a day when there's no airplanes flying, it'll be better, because there goes one right now. Hey Sammy, I enjoyed your stream the other day with Renee. Yeah, so that's great. There's no noise gate interfering. So I think I'm going to do some more streams now on acoustic. I think I'm going to use my Neumann, which I should have used today. I've got a Neumann over there which will pick up better than this shotgun mic, and then I can actually play without that crazy, like I said, crazy background noise. So that's cool. But you see, you can right now I can hear the chair squeaking and my breath and clicking on the mouse. So the noise gate I still think is important. I didn't waste my money on the Apollo interface because it gets rid of all of those background noises. I'm still going to use it, but it's nice that if I turn it off, I won't hear that roaring of the fan, which added about 15 dB to the level. Let me just do another check right now. So I'm using this. This is dB Meter app on the iPhone. So remember, the room sound is 32 dB. With the old iMac, it would go up to 45, I think. And I'm going to check it now. Still 32. No fan. Yes. Like I said, only really important if you live in somewhere that's quiet anyway, because if you've got any noise, you still want the noise gate. But it will be nice to know that I can go live and play my acoustic with my Neumann mic, which is really sensitive, or even two mics, which are really sensitive. And yes, there'll be a bit of background noise, but it won't be 15 decibels louder like it was before. So that's really nice. So Sammy's here. He's got a great channel. I was watching him the other day with Renee talking about the new Macs. That was a really cool show, Sammy. I enjoyed that. Thank you for coming onto my channel. I appreciate it. The new M1 Mac, yes, I do, and I'm really enjoying it. This is great. If you missed the start of the show, Sammy, I opened up every app on my computer. So right now I have every app open. I have Ecamm open. I'm in 4K 60. Yes, I've only got one camera running, but 4K 60. And it's it's pretty great. It's pretty great. And even things like I said, even things like going over to Facebook. Because Facebook, I don't know if you've noticed lately, it's a real memory hog. Like if you jump onto Facebook and try to use it while you're live, when I go live with Maury on a Monday, the thing will jump. The sound will cut for a second. I'm on Facebook right now. I'm looking around. I'm reading a junk mail message right now from some guy I don't know. Oh no. Who? Oh. My stream was removed from Ecamm Live because it's only for testing only. Well, that's great. Okay, fine. Whatever. So, but my point is I couldn't do that before because it was such a memory hog. So that's great. What's Ricardo saying? Unless you're in an absolutely dead room, it won't matter as much. Yeah, I agree. If you're in an absolutely dead room in the middle of the countryside with no ambient noise around you, then that's ideal. But even then, you know, things like the keyboard clicks and the mouse clicks will still come through the mic. So I think the noise gate is really important for anyone. You know, when you play electric guitar and you want to hear the amp, but you hear the strings through the mic. And the noise gate can be set to actually kill that sound too. So I think a noise gate is a really useful tool for someone that's streaming. But having said that, you know, you get a plane fly over, none of this stuff really matters anyway. But I definitely got really annoyed by that fan noise at times. That's when I was using the acoustic guitar through a sensitive mic one week. I was trying to do it completely acoustic, and the fan noise was there in the background. I don't think people could really hear it, but I could hear it, and it was driving me crazy. Hi, Marianne. Good to see you here. Thanks for joining me. So I had a question that I told someone I would answer for them on the stream so they can watch it back later. And I want to talk about it right now. And just pull it up here. I'm getting so many questions about the JBL Eon. I'm actually going to shoot a video today about that. Some thoughts I have on it. And if Maury's still listening, someone wanted to know the string height at the 12th fret of the Jbl 13E. I'll let him answer that one. Okay, Jimbo. So I know you're watching this in the future, Jimbo. So thank you for your question. I appreciate it. Jimbo Moody says, Aaron, please update on how the JBL is handling. It's been about a year that you posted this video, and I was wondering if you're still satisfied with it or any issues came up with the JBL or changed your mind between the Bose and the JBL. Okay. So they're not talking about the new JBLs. They're talking about the Jbl Eon Compact versus the Bose S1 Pro. So this is a real popular question on my channel. I get this all the time. Should I buy the Bose S1 Pro or should I buy the Jbl Eon 1 Compact? And I guess I have had them for a year or two now, so I do have thoughts on it. Unfortunately, this is one of those questions with gear that the answer is, what is your use? What do you need it for? And I'm finding that more and more now. I think we all want the answer, what's best, what should I buy? A lot of this comes down to what do you need it for? What are you using it for, right? So I want to say that before I answer the question. Hi, Rosanna. Good to see you. Yeah, I got to say, this is great. I'm really enjoying this. This is so smooth. Even clicking on the comments here, they just jump up. They come right up. I tell you what, on Monday, I click a comment and it would like come up a second later. On here, I click the comment and it's up. It's like instant. It's really nice. It's really responsive. Anyway, yes, I am enjoying it. I'm enjoying it more than I thought I would, which is a good thing, I think. So to answer your question, it's really tough because the main thing about these two speakers is the Bose S1 Pro is smaller. To me, that's really important. And I've been using that lately for subway gigs, where I take a subway to a gig, because I want the speaker to be as small as possible. I really want it to be the most portable thing. So I've been taking that. The bag is also great. I think JBL bags could be better. For some of the products, they don't even have bags yet. That bag is so good for the S1 Pro. It has a pocket in it for more stuff. It's easy to carry. The form factor alone is why I'll often grab the Bose S1 Pro. Now, that's not the final answer though. There are some caveats here. The Bose S1 Pro, some people like it because it's so simple. There's a volume, a treble, and a bass, and a few switches. It's very plug and play, as they call it. But what I found is that some pickups and instruments are not plug and play. They don't work well with it. So it depends what instrument you have, and you need to try the instrument with it before you make a decision. I've tried a couple of guitars with that thing. It do not sound good. They need further processing. The JBL has a full app and mixer built in where you can process more than on most other pieces of gear. So for that reason alone, the versatility of that JBL makes me push it to people more than the Bose S1 Pro. And I have found that to be useful myself. There's some other features as well on the JBL that are really useful. It has powered USB ports. These can power your phone or your tablet, or they can power pedals. Not every pedal, of course, but the pedals I use can be charged and powered by them. So this is invaluable. If I have a gig where there's no power, and let's face it, we're probably buying these speakers for their battery power, right? If I need a gig with no power, if I'm doing a gig with no power at all, the JBL is amazing because I can power my pedal and the speaker from battery, and the battery life is longer than the S1 Pro. So for that reason, I've grabbed the JBL a few times this year for gigs as well. And it's also a bigger speaker. So if you play something like a bass guitar, you're going to get a better bottom end from that. So do you see my quandary here? They're both great for different reasons. There's not really a clear answer. If I try to sum it up, if you need ultimate portability and you want a really good bag, the Bose S1 Pro is great. If you need to dial something in with EQs and features because you've got some pickup that doesn't often sound good straight into speakers, the JBL can be the way to go. If you're playing music through there with more low end, the JBL can do the low end a bit better. It's got an 8-inch speaker, not a 6.5-inch speaker. So, hey Brad, good to see you, buddy. I'll put you on the screen. Look. Ding. Oh, it's so fat. It's so responsive. I can't believe it. It's so silly, isn't it? Just doing this, it's just like bam, bam, bam. And remember, I've got every app on my computer open right now. I love it. I love it. So, I don't have an answer, and I still own both of them. Okay, I still own the JBL and the Bose S1 Pro. I don't have an answer. If I'm taking a guitar like this with the Anthem sounds very good into the Bose S1 Pro. If I need to take the train, I will take that and this, knowing that the Bose S1 Pro is the smallest device and the easiest to carry. If I'm taking a different pickup that I'm not sure about, or if I need to power my pedals, I'll take the JBL. And I also want to say the Bose was working great the few times I did take it out recently, but I used it last week in a larger room and it was terrible. It couldn't keep up. And I don't suppose the JBL would either. A lot of this is also depending on the room you play in. If you play in a room with a huge ceiling, a massive room, those little speakers like those two we just mentioned don't hold up well. You need something more powerful. You need more headroom. And I realized that at that gig as well. Would the JBL have held up better? I don't know. Maybe it would have done. I haven't tested it at that gig yet. But that's my answer. I think my gut feeling is if you don't want me to sit on the fence, get the JBL. The JBL, and they do make a bag for it. It's on the JBL Cases website. It's pretty good. Not as good as the Bose bag, but it's pretty good. I would get the JBL. Also, there's a new app coming. It's going to eventually get the app that the new speakers, the PRX1 and the Eon Mark II have. It's going to be in that app soon. So if you were to buy some other products from JBL, they'll all work under the same app. So my gut feeling is JBL. I think that's the most versatile and more future-proof. The Bose S1 Pro I will recommend if, and I don't want to say you want something plug and play, the JBL can be plug and play as well, depending what you plug into it. The Bose S1 Pro, if you want the smallest, absolute lightest device, that's the way to go. I hope that helps. If you do end up getting one, then let me know which one you went for, and that would be really useful. Really useful to know. Brad Miller, good to see you, Brad. Watching at work. Hey, if you can work and watch at the same time, then why not, right? Oh, it's so nice to be able to do that, I tell you. And I can even put this on as well here, which is my my reverb. I just need a good EQ for this interface. This one's called Leaving on a Jet Plane. Really cool. And turn the reverb off. And yeah, this is the noise gate off. Actually, I'm gonna use it with the noise gate off for a while just to see what happens. The computer it's even warmer now. The computer is getting warmer and warmer, but it's in clamshell mode, so it's got the least amount of airflow possible. There's no AC or anything on in the room. The room right now is 73.6, 51% humidity. And I tell you, my iMac that'd be spinning up after, well, the iMac would spin up after 5 seconds. And I even did this thing on the iMac where I ran a program that would turn off turbo mode, because turbo mode makes the computer work even harder and get even hotter. So that was with turbo mode disabled when Ecamm was running. I still got that 15 dB increase. This is running everything at full tilt. No apps installed, nothing, just everything running. And all my other apps running. Final Cut Pro is open. Can you believe it? Final Cut Pro is open. And yeah, the computer is getting hotter and hotter. I wonder if the fans will turn on. We'll see. I'll go for like an hour today. We'll see if the fans turn on. It'll be a great test. So I hope that answered your question about the JBL. And yeah, they're both great. I currently have here the PRX1 and the Eon, which is great. That's rechargeable. I would really like to compare them to the Bose systems and some of the other tower systems as well. I just don't have the ability to get those in here and obviously store them and try them out. But I'm hoping eventually to find some way to do that, to compare all these tower speakers together. I would love to go outside somewhere and do like a blind comparison with these speakers all set up in a field or something, and then ask people which one they prefer the best. And that would be a great video, wouldn't it? I think a lot of people are talking about it as well. Get a lunchbox. What's that? EQ, compression, and pre. I'm not sure what that is. What is that, Ricardo? John, how you doing? Good to see you. Do you know the Muzaki song? I don't. What is that? Am I making a fool of myself here by not knowing these things? Let me know. Muzaki. I'm going to Google it. I hope it's not rude. Muzaki. Oh, it's Greek. Okay. Muzaki song. That makes sense. See, I love that I can do this as well. I can just Google stuff. It's all instant. It's really cool. No, I don't know that. I've never heard of that before in my life. I should look it up later on. And perhaps I'll do it on Sunday. Sunday, I'm hoping to go live to do a Halloween special. I haven't decided yet what I'm going to do. I haven't decided what songs I'm going to play. But I'll definitely have lots of this going on here, because that's very Halloween-y. 500 series. A Lunchbox 500. Lunchbox 500 series. Lunchbox. I don't even know what that is, Ricardo. Oh, API. Oh, well, I use the Apollo Twin. It's kind of similar. I love the Universal Audio stuff. Is so good. I really love it. And yeah, it has these plugins for the preamp, the like virtual preamps, and it has EQ in there. There is EQ in there, just not very advanced EQ. And that's what I'm using for the noise gate and everything else. Oh, I see. API 6-slot lunchbox series. I see. Let me share my screen. I haven't tried doing that yet either. Let's see what happens when I share the screen on here, and I'll show you what we're talking about. Let's make sure I got the right. Oh, if I share the screen, you're probably going to see all of these apps open up. So I'm going to go through and close them down, so you haven't got to see all my messages and notes and maps and everything else. Calendar, contacts, reminders, Apple TV. These were all running that whole time. Music, podcasts, news, keynote, numbers. You know, people tell you not to run other stuff while you're doing something. I had all these. I even had Final Cut Pro open, and then obviously the console and Band in the Box. I got the new Band in the Box to talk about soon. That was running as well. That's gone now. Now I've just got running Ecamm Live, the console, and Safari. Really, really impressive. It is really impressive. It's really, really impressive. Here's what we're talking about here. I wasn't going to do this. When I first got the computer, I was actually thinking to myself, like, I saw the beach ball. I was wondering the decision a little bit, because I saw the beach ball pop up, and that freaked me out, and it was getting a bit warm to the touch. And I thought maybe it's indexing or whatever, setting itself up somehow. And I thought a lot of the reviews people were making about this laptop were a bit over the top and a bit, just being nice to Apple. Wasn't sure about it. But when you use it in this context, streaming in 4K, 60 frames a second, high quality video, with everything running, and you feel the responsiveness of clicking even on someone's comment and it just pops up. It's really, really nice. Really nice, I gotta say. It's impressive. This is it. Yeah, you put your own modules in it. So I have the Apollo Twin X, and then you buy like modules for it. I have something like this. I'm not sure which bundle I have, but I have this one here, and it's really great. And actually, I mean, that gets really hot as well, and that does some of the processing power on device. It takes the load off the computer, and then you run these virtual preamps. And for stuff that's software based, it's really impressive. It's really good. So I highly recommend that. I think I have I don't know if I have the Duo or the Quad. Do I have the Quad? I think I have the Duo. That's just how powerful it is. I don't run a bunch of plugins, so I don't need the most powerful one, but it's really cool. The plugins sound great. They're easy to use. They look like the real thing, which is nice for me. I can see the controls on there and to adjust them. And the most important thing is they sound really good. Everything I've recorded into the Apollo Twin just sounds excellent. I'm really impressed by it. Now, the piece of gear I want to speak about today, because I haven't done one of these gear chats for a long time, is the new Bose RC600. People have gone absolutely nuts for this pedal. Absolutely crazy for this one. Look at this. I mean, it looks fantastic, okay? I did a video which was really popular on the RC500, and a lot of people like it, some people don't. $369.99. It's basically like a 2-track looper. I think it's really great. Okay, it's not perfect, no piece of gear is, but I really, really like it. And I still have it here. Now, this RC600 is the flagship. This is a 3-track. Actually, it can do 6 tracks. 6 tracks. So look, you've got, this is track 1, 2, and 3. And then you have 4, 5, and 6, I believe, as well. So 6 tracks of looping, and the way you've got access to 3, even just 3 tracks there on the fly is really nice. There's a ton of I/O as well. A ton of I/O. There's 2 mic inputs. There's 2 instrument inputs that are stereo. There's the main output, the sub output 2. So you can send like different tracks to different mixers, different channels of different mixers. You don't need an external mixer. And it's impressive. And people are going absolutely crazy for this thing. And I understand why. Okay, I'm excited to try it myself. I like the look of it. Actually, I didn't notice that tapered design before. That's really nice. I didn't see that. I really want to try this. I'd like to get one. I mean, it's $600. It's competitive with other products in this kind of range, but people are going crazy. Like the people that make all the videos on looping on YouTube are going crazy for this. Last night, Boss did a live stream about this at 2:30 a.m. and yes, I was awake setting up my computer, and I did tune in, and everyone was on there just going crazy. Like, give us more information, give us a demo, tell us more about it. And I was the same. I'm the same, but I'm also not quite as. I'm not sure what the word is. I don't want to say I'm not excited. I am excited. I think it'll be great. I love when new loopers come out. I just think we should temper our expectations, because I feel like it's not going to do what I want it to do. The Voice Live 3 Extreme has 3 loops on it, 3 tracks, and it also does vocal effects as well, and things like that, and guitar effects. This does not. This has harmonies, but they're not guitar driven. They have to be preset. I'm sure it won't have all the guitar effects like the boost and the delays and all that stuff. It won't have that. For that reason, I need to take another pedal as well. And you might want to. You might want to take something like an HX Stomp and this to a gig. That could be a really nice rig for a solo gig. But I like the Voice Live 3 because it's all in one. Or even the Play Acoustic, which is nowhere near as advanced as what I've just been talking about, but it's all in one. So the TC Voice Live 3 Extreme is, the Boss is going to be $600. The Voice Live 3 Extreme is going to be, if you can still buy them, because a lot of stuff is out of stock these days. Oh, well that's scary. There it is. $699, you see? So, yeah, as I thought, out of stock. So $699, so around a similar price, and you get all the guitar stuff, all the vocal stuff. The electric guitar stuff doesn't sound that great, sounds dated, but for acoustic it's fine, and you get an all-in-one. It's very lightweight. I love this pedal. I use this for the Sunday streams. I use the Voice Live Acoustic, or the Play Acoustic, for my gigs, again, for portability. Look at this, look, $279. Love this pedal. They got one on sale for $237. What a deal. Someone buy that. You know, this is absolutely great. So, okay, it's a one-track looper, but you've got those intelligent harmonies, you've got the guitar effects, you can connect a 6-switch to it and have that for your guitar effects. It's an all-in-one. I love all-in-one devices for portability. I'm not against taking bigger rigs, like if I'm driving to a gig, that's fine. I would take something like the Boss to that. But for me, no one has yet surpassed these pedals from TC Helicon. It's a shame they're not really making them anymore or developing them anymore. It's a real shame. But that's just how I think now with the stuff like the new Boss. I think, is it going to replace what I already have? No, it's not. So I'm very critical now of new products. And I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I'm just saying for me, I'm trying not to get carried away with like, oh, that's going to be incredible. I must have it now. Because what happens is I get it. I realize it doesn't do what the other ones did. I have to add more stuff to it in order to make it do what they did. And then I just end up chasing my tail. So I'm not quite as excited as people are. But having said that, I do want to try it. I have asked Boss to come on for an interview about it, and I'm going to do that. And I'm glad that Boss are releasing new loopers. I want to see more looper products out there for musicians. But I've said this a million times on my channel, I would love to see more companies make things like the TC Helicon stuff. And they really don't. So we shall see. All right. Why is this comment still on the screen? I guess, again, I imported my old preferences here. And it didn't save things like how long the comment stays on the screen for. Interesting. Yes, automatically hide comment after, I shall say, 60 seconds. I forgot I could even do that. Very cool stuff. Very cool. All right. Mario's here. Have you seen that Boss looper? What do you think? I tell you, everyone's so exciting for it. Professional Procrastinator says, hi, it's been a while. Guess you've been gigging. I have been gigging. Yeah, the gigs are coming back. So what I need to do is make a new schedule, because the thing is, just as things were winding down for me, I can't think of a better way to put it, I did get called to play some gigs again. I'm really grateful. I love playing live. Playing live is amazing, but the YouTube thing has been so great for me. During the lockdown, I went from just under 5,000 subscribers to just under 10,000 subscribers. So I do not want to slow down with the YouTube. I want to keep the live streams to 3 times a week. I want to keep doing the pre-recorded videos once or twice a week. I want to keep growing the channel because I feel like in the future that will be really important to what I do, right? If we ever had to lock down again, or if the bars shut down, or I lost a gig, or whatever, the online thing is important. Also, the online thing means you can reach so many more people even while you're asleep. I love that. I love that. I think this online stuff is so important, and that's why I wanted to upgrade the computer so I can be more efficient doing it. But yes, the gigs are great, and they are a great way to sustain myself financially. So I'll be playing probably most Tuesdays and Thursdays. So my plan is to keep the Monday with Maury going to talk about the acoustic guitars. Maybe Wednesday's a good time for this. Maybe when I know Maury goes live at 4, but maybe a Wednesday. I'm still sussing it out, but I don't know, at 2 o'clock EST for 2 hours. That could be good. Maybe later, I don't know. Maybe I could do 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock. I mean, let me know what you think would be best. A lot of people watch the replays anyway, so I don't mind if people can make it or not. But yeah, maybe a Wednesday at this time, 2 o'clock could be good. And then Sunday I think the concerts are important on Sundays. If I'm not playing a party or something on a Sunday, I'll do the live stream concert. So yeah, I definitely want to keep it going, and I want to keep steaming ahead to get to 10K as soon as possible. That's really cool. Let me catch up on your questions, because that's everything I wanted to say today. But yeah, I'm really blown away by this computer. This is great. I can't explain to you how responsive it is. Everything is just working. I've not seen a single stutter. Okay, the camera to me doesn't look completely smooth on my screen, but I think that's because I've got the wrong frame rate set on the camera. But as far as everything else is concerned, it's just truly impressive. And some of my software, I'm so excited, some of my software is not even M1 optimized yet. So like right now I'm running the Apollo console, and that is running under Rosetta emulation. That's not running natively. And I haven't got any problems, knock on wood. Ecamm Live is optimized, and that's working fine. And the fan is still not on, and the computer is still it's warm. It's very warm to the touch, but I can keep my hand there. It's not burning me. And the fan isn't on, so I think it's great. And in the future, I will open that screen and have 2 screens, and I can be even more productive. Because right now I have everything all over my screen, and I can't do much else. But with the laptop, I'll be able to have like Safari on that, and then Ecamm Live on the main screen, and have 2. It's just great. I love it. I really love it. I'm very happy. And I'm relieved, because I often go live with new gear and it doesn't work. And this is working really well. So highly recommend this new computer. Okay, let me come back to your chats. Ryan says, "Hey, hope you're well." I'm doing good, Ryan. I need to have a drink. Cheers. That is some cold coffee. I've just bought some IRs from Celestion. Sounding good so far. Very good. You know, I think the IRs are so important. I think one thing with the Helix is the stock cabs. I'm not a big fan, but you put some good IRs in there, that can sound really good. I like the ones from York Audio. I think they're excellent IRs. And then I love the U8 aux box. I have it. Again, I think the secret to that sounding so good is the cab emulation. They just really nail it. They nail it really well. And IRs are kind of exhausting, aren't they? To sit and go through them all is exhausting. So I just want a good IR. I'm not fussy about, I want this cab and this mic and this IR. I just want it to sound good at the end of the day. And the Auxbox stuff sounds great, and so do York. Yeah, check out York Audio IRs if you can. And I just realized as well, the noise gate is still off. And there is more noise, of course, than when it's on. Of course, that's what a noise gate is for. But it's not distracting me. I just hear it's just like I'm sitting in the room normally. It's great. The fan is gone, and I'm not a fan of the fan. The fan is gone. I'm on a high today. I'm really excited about this. I'm excited for the future now of like just making a video in full quality and just editing it and getting it uploaded. The only thing that's kind of holding me back there is the internet speed. And the internet speed here is 500 down, 25 up. So if we can eventually get FiOS here, that would be 1,000 down, 1,000 up. It's just gonna fly. Can you imagine? You make the video, you edit the video, you hit upload, it's up, go, move on. Wow. Technology is great when it works. Alan, how you doing? Good to see you here. Apollo is an interface. You buy individual analog modules for a lunchbox. Right. Apollo is digital, and you have to buy the modules, which does add up, but they are very good. Analog modules for the lunchbox. Okay, so it's going to take more space, but it's analog. And I am a fan of analog. Send your audio through it. Okay. Hundreds of modules. That's cool. So it's a bit like the Synergy, like Synergy amps, right? But for recording. I just heard something, but I think it's yet another airplane. The planes fly when it's raining, when the weather's bad. If it's raining, they fly lower. So on a sunny day, there'll be no planes. Alan says, I finally got delivery of the Boss Cube Street 2. I wanted to check that out as well. A big improvement on the Cube Street. Looper and harmony in it. Exactly. But it's damn right disgrace and disrespect to their customers too. Don't leave me with that. Charge an extra €50 for the Bluetooth module. That's the weight and size of a potato chip just to be able to use Bluetooth. Yeah, I saw that. I was wondering why they didn't just build the Bluetooth into it. I guess some people don't use it, but I feel like most products do ship with Bluetooth now. So yeah, I get it. I did notice that myself. But I gotta say, Boss have killed it this year. A lot of people haven't released products this year. A lot of people can't keep products in stock, or they're stuck on the ocean. I get it. But Boss have been really good. They've released new loopers. They've released new products. They've released a new guitar. Do you see the new guitar? The Urus guitar? So they've been very proactive releasing new products. As have Peterson Tuners. And other companies too. Fractal released the FM9. So very impressive that Boss have released as many products as they have in these challenging times, right? But yeah, I get it. It's not nice to have to buy add-ons. But, well, I wonder, can I play devil's advocate and say if they had included the Bluetooth module, they may have had a higher price in the first place? Because I think they probably would have done. So do the loopers have some kind of timing sync ability so you can switch a loop in and out and still be in time? Yes, it does, like the RC500 does. Yeah, of course. Because even if you had fantastic timing, any loop, of course, over time would drift out of sync. Even if you were if you had incredible session player timing, it would drift out of sync. So the new Boss, the RC600, I believe it does. So you have the 3 loops, and they're all going to be synced up with each other, like the Voice Live 3 Extreme does. Oh, and like I said before, I believe the new RC600 actually has 6 loops and they all sync up, so that's great. I think you can also make it so they don't sync up, because some people just want to do ambient kind of soundscape music, so some people don't want them to sync up, but I definitely would, as you would. I'm going to put my noise gate back on because I can hear the mail guy at the door. Hang on. Good. Oh, that's really different. Yeah, so I believe... Well, I know it does. It does. It's like the 500 has the 2 loops that will go into sync. This will have 6, so you can build up all these different things. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be fun. I'm not knocking it. I think it's gonna be great. I just don't think it's gonna replace the TC stuff for me, and I'm still waiting for someone to come along and replace the TC stuff for me. What kind of gigs have you got at the moment? Pubs, bars, private events, all of the above. All of the above. I've always done restaurants, and I'm doing restaurants again. I've always done private events that I booked myself. I think they're the best that a musician can get, obviously, because there's no middle person. You're doing it all yourself. So for example, I did a wedding last week. That was really cool. I used the new JBL rechargeable speaker for that. The new one, the what's it called? I hope I get the name. The Eon Mark II. I used that. It was great, really great. I had a wireless mic, Sennheiser adapter wireless mic that I gave to the officiant. I used the speaker. It was actually plugged in. You get a bit more volume. I didn't need it, but it was plugged in just in case I needed that extra volume. And because there was a plug there anyway. And I had my TC Helicon Play Acoustic, and it was great. Really great. I need to make a video about that. But yeah, I mean, I think as a musician, you probably you guys probably know this. You take whatever you can, right? You don't say no to anything. You don't hesitate. You just take everything. So the wedding I played last week wanted me to play some instrumental music. And I shouldn't be saying this in case they're watching. But I was like, yeah, sure. So then I'm on YouTube, like learning people's versions of songs. So I still got the gate on. Right? Don't we love YouTube for that reason? And I think it's good, actually. I will say this. It's good to take things that you're not fully comfortable with because it pushes you to do more. But I did spend hours learning those fingerstyle arrangements for that wedding. But of course it's good because I can be lazy and I don't always sit down and push myself to learn new things. And if I've got a paid gig, I will sit down and learn these things and it makes me better. So, but yeah, that's the best advice I can give today. Don't say yes to everything within reason. Within reason. Yes, I've seen the new RC600. That thing is so hot right now, it's unbelievable. Like, that's off the charts. I got to get my hands on one to talk about it just because everyone is crazy over it. Right. It will have effects. It will have effects, but will they be like on the TC? No, they won't. The Harmonizer is nice, but it's preset. It won't follow the chords. You have to say, like, I'm in G, which can be better because it's going to track better, right? But you can't just say, oh, I'm going to play a song now in E because it's going to be tracking in G. You have to manually change it to E. So while that can be better, it's a hassle because I want to just play the song and have it track. They could have put that in there. They have that technology at Bose. Someone said last night maybe they don't want to take sales away from other pedals. I don't know. I disagree with that. I think they should put it in there. Bose do have firmware updates, not that many. When you buy a Bose product, for better or worse, what you get is what you get. But I would just love to see an RC600 Pro, RC600X, which has the vocal effects as well and can be controlled from a 5-button foot switch that they sell for their Katana amps on the side, a bit like the TC did with the Switch 6. That would replace my Voice Live 3, and I would use it. I would. But they don't make them. They don't think there's not a lot of singer guitarists out there, which is a shame. At the end of the day, I think the new Bose loop bar should be identical to the Head Rush looper board. It has effects for voice and guitar, but it's tricky to use effects live. Yeah, I tried that Head Rush when it was on sale at the start of lockdown. They released the new software for it, like version 2. It wasn't that good. I mean, the first thing is the pedal is huge, absolutely huge. So that's a problem for me. Nice if you're driving and you can take a pedal that big, but it's just massive. I couldn't take it if I'm taking the subway. And then the vocal effects were not that good. Bose do have good vocal harmony effects. Bose could do it. If anyone could replace like the Voice Live 3, it's Bose. But they, for some reason, don't make an acoustic singer pedal of that kind of complexity, and I wish they would. But I keep saying that. I'm kind of tired of saying that all the time. I just keep using the TC. You need the Bluetooth on the Cube Street to make the settings. Oh, okay. Well, if you need it as part of the product, then it should be built in. I agree. I'm in the market looking for a new sound system. I saw you already tested new Jbl Eon 1 Mark II. What do you think? I really like it. I really like it. There's a problem right now. There's a lot of I'm not saying mean. There's some user error going on, and I know because I suffered from it myself. And I'm going to make a video after I'm done here. I think I'm going to make the video about those things I discovered. I really like it. Like I said earlier, I do want to compare it to the Bose and the other systems of that ilk, But the thing with the JBL Eon 1 Mark II, what's so great about it is it's battery powered. And I don't know of any other of those systems that are. I think there's some, but it's like there's no Bose like that, which is battery powered. So I really like it. I don't think they're on sale yet. It's more affordable than the PRX1, and it hasn't got as much headroom. I think it's got enough for what I do. And actually, I used to really love using the QSC, just the PA speaker before. I much prefer these tower systems now. Now I'm used to them. I don't like the old approach that I used to use as much. I think it's great. I think you should check it out. It's a very cool. It's not a replacement for the small compact Eon. It's a new kind of category. It's like singer, songwriter, can be battery powered, can be plugged in. Got the app on there. I do like it. I used it at the wedding on Saturday, and it was really good. It worked really well. Okay, I'm not going to show Dr. McFarlane Studios' comment because I don't like when people say that. I was just talking to a guy called Aaron last night about how people say that. And yeah, I'm going to get my own back on you, Dr. McFarlane. But will a looper not only sync to another loop, but also to what you're playing live? No. TC Helicon tried to do it. They tried to do it. They made a pedal, which I reviewed on the channel, which had a microphone attachment. And while you're playing, if you speed up, it will speed up the loop to match your timing. It's still available. It's cool. But I used it at a gig and it failed. And when I asked them about it at the NAMM show, they told me, yeah, it's got some bugs. Oh, great. Well, thanks for telling me now I bought it, you know. Again, TC got some cool stuff that could be made really incredible, and they just never seem to... They just never seem to have, well, they sold the Behringer. That's what happened. Things kind of got frozen in time. So yeah, it doesn't do that. No, what I meant was, if I record a drum loop, bump, bop, 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 and then I play a chord progression over that on the next loop, so they're two separate tracks, they will stay in sync. They won't drift. Because like I said earlier, if you don't have them sync up, no matter how well you play in time, they're going to eventually, over like even like 10 minutes, they're going to eventually drift out. But these ones are going to stay like that the whole time, which is important. I got to play and sing for a wedding rehearsal in December. Nice. I did. But then I thought about it. I don't like it. No, I said that our friend from Martin Guitar keeps saying it on his live stream, and I don't like it. But now I've said, that's the thing. Now I've said I don't like it. Everyone's going to keep saying it all the time. So I should just say yes, I like it. I like it. Hey, call me AA Ron all the time, please, 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 every time. Mario says enough for 200 people. So here's the thing with that. That's such a hard question. I get that question all the time, right? How loud is it? But I'm talking about any speaker now. How loud is it? It's so difficult to answer that question because how loud do you want it to be? How big is the room? How many people? How loud are they talking? What clothes that sounds weird, right? What clothes are they wearing? But I mean, like if they're wearing thick coats, they'll soak up the sound more. There's so many factors. 200 people, I don't know. You know how I said earlier the S1 Pro wasn't loud enough at a gig I did? There was probably 60 people, but it was a huge room with a huge ceiling, and it just ate that sound up. It couldn't do it. That JBL you're talking about on Saturday's wedding, I had about 50 people, and it was outside, and it was fine, and I still had room to go. So I think I would say yes. Yeah, it's just I never want to commit myself. Hope you understand. I don't want to say, oh yeah, no problem, and then you get one, and for whatever reason, like you're playing heavy metal, and you're playing to outside 200 people that are all screaming at the same time. So I'm very careful not to say that it's going to work for you, but it's working for me, and I'm pretty fussy. If you had any doubt about level, I would go for the PRX1. It has another 10 dB, but the PRX1 does not have the battery power. And I really like the battery power. If I was running out to a gig right now to 150 people, I would, well, actually, yeah, I'd always grab the battery version, just to have that ability and because I like it. But 200 people, you said 150 to 200. If I knew I was playing tonight to 200 people and I thought they might all be singing along together, I'd probably grab the PRX1 to have additional headroom just in case. So the answer is I don't know, and I don't want to mislead you. But this, at the end of the day, this is why they make all these different versions, right? Because you don't know how much headroom you're going to need. But yeah, I think you'd be okay, Mario. I think I'm going to grab that from almost every gig going forward, to be honest. So I think you'll be okay. But definitely try it. Did you do an unboxing? No, I didn't, Lewis, because everyone did an unboxing already, and I wanted to just use it. And also, when I do live unboxings and things like that, something always goes wrong. Okay? Every time. Which you'll know if you watch my channel. I'm so happy for you, excited. Let's see the Space Gray. Yeah, well, I can't show it to you because it's on. If I don't want to pick it up and drop it, right? It's on my desk. It's right here. All I can say is, I knew it would be good, but I'm really blown away. I am genuinely blown away. When I first set it up and felt it get warm and saw that beach ball while I was installing stuff, I got a bit nervous. And right now I'm feeling it. It is warm. I've got my hands on it right now. It's going to warm my hands. It's not. I can keep them on there. It's not burning me. It is in clamshell mode, so it is closed. But I have now been live streaming for, how long's it been? Over an hour. It's been over an hour, right? And I'm in 4K 60. Normally I'll do 4K 30. I'm doing 4K 60. Earlier on I had every app open on my computer. And been no problem at all. I've been on Facebook, checking Facebook while I'm live. Normally I can't do that. It will make it skip. It's great. It's really great. More watts means more headroom, so it's more for clarity of sound instead of overall volume. Yeah, but watts does give more volume as well, right? I'm not talking about guitar amps here. I'm talking about PA systems, and the actual rated dB level is higher. So I think the compact that we were just talking, not the compact, the Mark II we were just talking about is rated around 124, and the PRX1 is rated around 130-ish. So you are getting like 6 to 8 dB more of actual volume, pure volume. So you do get more volume from it. I'm looking at it right now. There's also a lot more speakers. The whole column of the PRX1 is speakers. So you get more speakers in there. The whole thing is just more pokey, right? It just is. But it's not night and day. They're frustratingly close enough that it's kind of difficult to choose. Remember, the Mark II is also louder when you plug it into power. You get a few more dB. So that's good to know as well. Are you getting the iPhone 13? I have an iPhone 13. That's what I use. iPhone 13. And that's been really good too. The battery life on that is excellent. I'm very happy with my gadgets right now. I think I'm good. I've got the interface, which is great. Very happy with my interface. I've got the computer now. Finally upgraded the 2015 to something that's actually worth it, in my opinion. Well, so far, may it continue. It is pretty darn warm right now, but like I said, it's in clamshell mode. So I'm sure once it's opened up, it'll be even better. I hope. If anything changes, I'll let you know. Yeah, this is 4K 60. Yeah. Yeah, it really is. Lewis, it's little things, it's stupid things. Like when I click these comments on my iMac, you feel it kind of. Sometimes I wonder if I've clicked on it because it will like come a second later. But I literally click on your comment and it's like that. It's instant. I've never seen that before. It's nice, really nice. Double the volume. Well, I don't know. No, it doesn't feel like double the volume. But it is louder. It's got more speakers. It's louder. It's supposedly got slightly less spread. I don't know. I think if you're a solo musician, if I had to choose one, I would get the battery one, the Mark II myself. I think the PRX1 is great for wedding DJs and bands. Maybe even 2 of them for like a wedding band. But yeah. You don't have to turn it up that loud though unless you need to. Yeah, and I wasn't running the Mark II at full volume on Saturday, and that was outside. But this whole thing about volume is so subjective, it's so personal, and it's all dependent on the what you play, where you play, and who you're playing to, right? It's so difficult to really give real world answers like that. I've got to say, 4K looks like you're here with me. It looks so realistic. I'm so grateful. We're back. Yeah, actually, I haven't got it open on my phone. Let me check out on my phone. The only thing is, I feel like I want to watch along. I feel like it doesn't look completely smooth to me. I don't know why that is. One thing, when you're watching on the YouTube app, sometimes it doesn't default to the highest quality. You have to tap on those three little dots at the top and select. I'm doing it right now. Mine was on 1080. You got to select quality, advanced, 2160p. There we go. So I did that, and now it's in full quality. Yeah, it does look really good. On my screen, it doesn't look like, I was going to say silky smooth. I think it's actually what I'm seeing is the delay between the mic and the camera, which is compensated for before you see it. Hopefully there's no sync issues where you're watching. Hopefully that looks in sync. For me, as the person recording it, there is an issue because I don't get to see those syncing up. That happens after the fact. So it doesn't feel completely smooth to me because I'm using the external microphone. Space gray. Yep, all my stuff is space gray. My interface is space gray. My laptop is space gray. My dock is space gray, and my phone is space gray. I'm very boring that way. So yeah, I was just thinking earlier. Hang on, I've got to do this. There we go. I was just thinking earlier about this, and I think as much as I love this, I don't want to say it's like essential. I think a lot of people could get something like the Mac Mini, a maxed out Mac Mini and a decent screen, and have a really good experience making videos and live streaming, even in 4K. I know Peter Gregg does that absolutely fine. So I don't think this is essential for everyone, but if you are going to get one, I think it's great. I think it's a real step up from anything I've ever used. And I just know I want to do more stuff in 4K. I want to be able to have two feeds of video, or 3 or 4 sometimes, and effects, and not worry about that beach ball. But it's really tough this year with the Apple stuff because the M1 stuff is good. The single core performance is the same. This one just allows you to have more memory and more multiple streams going along at the same time. But anyone that's thinking about live streaming, I think it's a great situation to be in right now because you can just get a Mac Mini and a good screen and you could have a fantastic rig. You don't need the top of the line MacBook Pro. Okay, so I think this is great. I really do. Blurs if I saw it, yeah. Yeah, that's normal though. I think that's the camera in the same way that it focuses, right? Actually, it's not focusing. There we go. Isn't that just part of that? I don't know. It's not the best. It's the A7C. It's not like the A1. It's not the best camera. But it's the reason I like this camera is that if I hold something up to the screen to show it to you, it focuses really fast. As actually most Sony cameras do, to be fair. But yeah, no, I was just thinking about it earlier. Like as much as I am completely blown away with this computer and I love it, I also want to say to people that are thinking about getting one that don't overlook the M1. Don't overlook the M1 MacBook Pro or the M1 Mac Mini. I think for a lot of people that would be enough. I think I could have got the Mac Mini and a basic monitor. It's not like I couldn't do what I'm doing. This new one is just the icing on the cake, but make sure you're really going to take advantage of what it offers. Like, be honest with yourself. If you're going to buy one, just like, are you going to film in 4K? Do you need to have 8 streams of 4K open at once on the screen? If I get this and if I keep this and I end up doing like 1 stream of 4K and stream in 1080, I kind of wasted my money. So I do have plans to do 4K streams and 4K videos and add in extra footage. So that's why I want it. And also to future-proof myself as well. But I think we're so spoiled now. I think like the basic M1, like I said, the M1 Mini, it's like, was it $600, $700? I mean, do get the 16 gigs of RAM, do get all that extra stuff. But I think for a lot of people, they can now have access to creating 4K content with those basic, affordable machines. I think it's great. Yeah, Ricardo says M1 is great, whichever one you get. I agree. I think anyone can do anything on any of them unless you're doing really high-end video work, which I don't, right? I don't. So, and remember, the single core score is the same on everything right now. So even if you get the 16-inch maxed out max $6,000 laptop, it's the same single core performance pretty much as the Mac Mini. That's the important thing to remember. So do you need the multi-core performance? Do you edit 4 4K streams at once? If you don't, I wouldn't get it. Was it worth the wait, or do you wish you got the M1 Mini? Well, I tried the M1 MacBook Pro, and it was fine, but the problem is it was too soon. So what happened last year is that some of the apps were not working. The display had some issues. The Bluetooth was losing connection. There was a lot of teething issues with the first M1s. And now 1 year later, most of those have been fixed. We've got a new operating system with Monterey. A lot of the apps have been up, like Ecamm Live is now native, running even better on the M1. So you need that year of a new product. Like now, I'm so glad it's out the door now, and the cobwebs are being dusted off. Cobwebs are being dusted off, because it means that things are running much smoother now, and that's really, really nice. There's still some software that's not, though, like Universal Audio are still not running M1 native software. I hope they will soon, although it's working fine under emulation, which is great. Future proof, yeah, until I want to film in 8K, right? Then I'm got to buy a new one. I think this, I mean, my iMac lasted me 6 years and is still fine now. So I think this rig here should last me 6 years. Yeah, should do. And do I even want to film in 8K? Not really, because then you see the wrinkles even clearer. Okay, a few YouTubers grumble about which platform. Have you ever had issues? Do you feel it's the best platform for live online music? Oh, YouTube. I got no problem with YouTube at all, because they give us this platform. Okay, they take 30% of super chats, they take a cut of your ad revenue, but they're basically giving you a place to upload 4K video. I don't have to pay anything. I get money from them if my videos do well. Okay, you have to get a lot of views to make money, but they're giving me this platform and a way to do all this. I mean, I would never set this up myself. I don't even want to set up a website to sell t-shirts. I want to use Teespring. I don't care if they take a cut of the money. I don't want to deal with that stuff. So YouTube is giving you these things and this exposure. I think it's great. I really love it. I mean, even the fact they allow me to stream to YouTube in 4K, 60 frames a second. I think it's great. I got no complaints. I mean, is it frustrating when you get a super chat and they take 30%? Yes, it is. But they're a business as well. I'm okay with it. I've got no problem. The only thing that really bugs me is if I play a cover and they take my channel down. That's my fear. I don't mind when I do a cover and they claim the money from the video and give it to the publisher or the writer. I think that's how it should be and completely normal. It's just frustrating that I hear about people that post a cover and get a strike, and if you get 3 strikes, they can close your channel. And we've all heard those horror stories, right? I wish they could figure that stuff out better, but it's fine. And knock on wood, I've had no problems so far. Merch is the way to truth and light. I mean, Teespring, I don't love the quality of the stuff. It's good. I would have even higher quality if I did it myself, but I don't want to deal with shipping things out to people, and the fact that they do it for you is nice. As you know, that's not my priority is making videos and playing the guitar. So that's how I feel with YouTube. It's not, the only thing I'd like to see improved on YouTube is that copyright thing. I don't want to ever fear being shut down because I post a video of a cover or something, but we'll see. 8K video, but do you want 8K even now? Like even now, do we need to film in 4K? Isn't 1080 absolutely fine because most people are watching on their phone anyway? I'm just watching on my phone right now to see how smooth it is. Yeah, I don't know. It doesn't look like 60 frames. Oh no, I know why. Quick, I got to mention this again. My camera is set to 160. For 60 frames a second, it should be set to 125. We decided that at the start of the stream. I have the wrong settings on the camera. So if it does look a little bit jittery, it's because I got the wrong camera setting right now. Yeah. And I think in future I'm going to do 130 anyway, because I think 160's, that's like double the information, right? Double the frames, and I don't think you really see it. The cover's got to be good to get a strike. Not always. Not always. I was watching a feed last night where they took the stream down because he was playing other people's videos. I mean, more power is always a good thing, Lewis, but you also don't want to spend money on stuff you never use, right? Because that's wasteful. Oh, Spreadshirt. Okay. I'll look that up. Spreadshirt. Never heard of them. Cloth Frisbee. You sell them, they throw them on stage, you sell them again. Yeah, I wish. I'm glad you're on YouTube and not Twitch, says Lewis. How do you keep track video on the comments? I see so many struggle and comment that whilst they're answering someone, the comments jump all over. You seem right on it. Well, first of all, you don't have too many people on the stream. I've got 18 watching, which is great. Imagine if you had 180 on here. That would be really hard to keep up. So what you can do... What you can do is turn on this thing called slow motion, and that will mean you can only comment every 3 minutes or so. That's how you deal with that, first of all. And then you need moderators to make sure people don't come in here and spam the chat, which is happening right now. But YouTube is hiding the message for me, so I haven't got to do anything. Yeah, it's quite a production. Literally is a production, of course. This Ecamm Live software is really great. Really, really great. I can show it to you actually. Look, this is. I'll show you what I'm seeing right now. Okay, you might find this useful. Check this out. Okay, so this is what I'm seeing right now. I'm sharing it with you on the screen. You're going to see my screen. I'm just watching the feed on my phone to see when it comes up. Still getting these spam, like, I know I'm reading the spam messages coming through. Oh, thank you, Lee. You can ban that person. The good thing is YouTube was hiding it anyway. So this is what I see. Isn't this cool? This is what I see on here. So the messages are here on the right. And as I read a message, I put a star so I know I've read your message out. That's really useful. And if I click on the message, it goes on the screen like that. And if I click it again, it goes away. Click this one. There we go. Click this one. There we go. Star it so I know I've read it. Phil McKnight. Yeah, I know. He has moderators, right? And he doesn't have slow-mo mode turn on either. Oh, I know. Well, you do super chats. So Phil McKnight, he focuses, I guess, on the super chat. So you get a super chat and then you answer those ones. So there's ways. As you grow the channel, there's ways around this stuff. You can turn on slow-mo mode. You can only answer the super chats or mostly focus on the super chats. And then you could have someone else, a friend at home, reading along and send you the message. Stuff like that. Yeah, I mean, it's not easy. I was just thinking, I'm trying to drink water because I've been on for an hour and a half. And it makes the throat dry out. It does, and it is mentally exhausting too. And then it's really frustrating if you get spammed. If someone comes in and spams the channel, like I was just watching on the phone. I take no offense. Do I take offense from it? I don't know. It is what it is. But it's another thing mentally, even just to think, oh, I've been spammed right now, and YouTube's blocking it. I don't know. Maybe in the future I just won't even take any notice of it at all. But I don't know. The slow chat thing is bad or good? Well, actually, I was just thinking that the slow chat as a viewer can be annoying because you might want to say something and you can't. It's like you're being restricted. I don't know. But like you said, if there's 1,000 people watching, how do you possibly manage all that, right? Hey, BMO, good to see you. So that's what Ecamm looks like. Way different OBS. It looks great, doesn't it? It's clean. So look, here are my overlays. So I click this one. Oh, obviously I'll get rid of your comment first. I'll click this one and it says, hey, please subscribe for more. And then I might click on sound effects. All from here. I can do like camera effects and change the brightness. I can make myself go, I'm locked right now, but I can make it go into black and white. It's kind of cool, right? Vintage style. Like that. I can change scenes, so I can show you my desktop or change things here. I've got like a Be Right Back screen. Yeah, this is my audio here. I don't usually have this open, but this is my audio interface. Can you see that? I think you can. So there's my level coming in. There's level coming in here. Universal Audio Thunderbolt. It's great. But the whole screen is tied up with the streaming software. So that's why actually, I'm a big fan of having an iMac, but having this laptop screen below here, I think will be great because I'm going to put it on a stand and have it right below my monitor. And then I can have stuff on that as well. So if I'm showing you like Sweetwater's website, I can have that open. And then this can all be here controlling the thing, but I can have that to show you guitars and stuff like that. So I think that would be really useful to have. So yeah, let me know if you've got any questions on Ecamm Live. And all my videos have a link to Ecamm Live where you can get a free trial. And if you sign up to it, I get a commission. So if you're ever going to sign up to Ecamm Live, then use that for me. I'd appreciate it. Now, how do I turn off live demo mode? Oh, here we go. There we go. I have to turn that off before I switch to anything, my information in it, like notes and that stuff. All right, good. Yeah, I'm really kind of just very happy. I'm very excited to stream, do my concerts, make my videos. It will remove an obstacle from me with making videos. First time I've seen that. Very impressive. Is that the YouTube interface? No, that is Ecamm Live. Like I said, if you go to my video from the other day, you'll see a link in the bottom. When I put all my affiliate links below, I have the software I use, the computer I use, and there's a link there to Ecamm Live. So check it out. Try it out. There's a free trial. A few folks gave me a spanner. Yeah, I gave Lee and Rosanna spanners. Yeah, I just got attacked, Lee. I appreciate you banning them. But the thing is, on Ecamm Live, I have a ban button. So this is the thing. I don't know why people are still doing this stuff. They come in and they spam and they type stupid things. I have a thing on my screen that says ban. So I literally just click ban and they're gone. They're gone from my channel completely. And then the great thing with that attack I just had, called an attack, sounds terrible, right? The spam that I just had, spam sounds so much better. YouTube saw it was spam and it just blocked it automatically. So I didn't need to do anything. So it's fine. It's just, it's annoying, but it's fine. Looks so professional. I love the purple too. Did you see the purple background on the new Monterey? Love that. Yeah, there you go. Pooh Ninja likes it too. Yeah, thank you, Lee. I appreciate you doing that and appreciate you being a moderator. I know you have to work, unfortunately, these days. But I appreciate you doing that anyway for me. So I'll make your chat. Oh, now I've got smiley faces. I want to make your chat a bit bigger, but I've still got something on the screen. What is that? Oh, the ghost is still there. Get rid of that. Okay. I just want to make your chat box so your picture isn't cut off, and I can't do it. Hang on. There we go. I got it. Yes. And honestly, Ecamm Live is getting better all the time. They just released a new version, and they keep adding stuff that makes it better all the time, which is really cool. All right, great. Thank you, Mark. Hey, you know what? Maybe one day I should do a video just about live streaming and how I do live streaming. That could be cool. I agree, especially for the camera placement. Definitely need to try it out. How was the wedding gig? Poo Ninja, I spoke about it about 20 minutes ago, so when we're done, can you go back to 20 minutes ago and watch that again, please? But it went well. I was just saying, let me just turn this noise gate off. You know what I'd love is like one of those Stream Deck things where you just press a button and it turns off the noise gate. So I don't have to go into menus and do all this stuff manually. They wanted me to play, for example, Train, right? So normally I'd sing it. And then the problem is they'll say, well, I want it to be acoustic only, no singing. So what do you do? Well, what you have to do is you have to figure out, right? You have to figure out the melody. And then that's fine. That's not hard to play. Yes, BMO, he is. You can go and watch him. It's fine. I shall do the same eventually. I'm enjoying myself too much. Apologies, Maury. So, you know what I think I'll do? I might try next week Wednesday at 1. That way I can do an hour or two and not run into his time. His time. You know what? My time at start of lockdown was 4 o'clock. He started doing 4 after me. So I had to distinct myself. I want to do a video about this at some point. Like, this is not hard to play, right? It's just 3 notes, right? But to add that into that's not that easy. Especially that I find that when the notes come in between the fingerstyle, when they're syncopated, it's easier. When they land on the other notes, is when I had a problem. Because you got 2 notes at once, so there's so much going on, right? Let's see if I can do it now. Yeah. Da, da, da. See, that was it. That was busy, and that's how I did it first of all. I sang it, do 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 do, and slowed it right down, da 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 da, and I figured out where they fell mentally. Figured that out, and then I practiced. Really slow like that. See, it's busy. There's a lot going on, and it's all and having the 2 fingers playing at the same time was annoying. So that's how I did it, and I did that for the whole song. So I did that for the whole song. I'm sweating. Look, I got stressed out there for a second because I'm like, I won't be able to play it. But that's how I did it. And then the hardest part of that whole thing for me, because like I said, when you syncopate the rhythm, it's almost easier. The hardest part of that song for me was that first part of the song, just because there's so much going on. I don't know why. So I literally practiced that for hours because I'm not used to doing those arrangements. I don't know. But I'm glad. I'm really glad because it pushed me to do something new, you know. So yeah. So I did that with about 2 songs. Spent a long time on it, and it was nice. It was definitely worth it. Definitely worth it. I've completely lost what I was actually talking about now, but it was cool. Oh yeah, Poo Ninja said, "How was the wedding gig?" So go and watch what I said about it earlier. But that, in a nutshell, that's how it was. It was good. It was. It all went very smoothly. The PA worked really. The JBL PA worked really well, and it was nice to have to play something that I don't normally play. And it's nice because it's not a million miles away from what I normally play. I normally play and sing, but I don't know if anyone out there is so used to playing and singing and then asked to only play. It can kind of throw you. In the same way that being asked to only sing can kind of throw you as well, because you're so used to playing the guitar while you sing. And although it might sound easier because you're not playing while you sing, for me it's weird because I'm used to doing both at the same time. So it was good. I enjoyed it. What I'm excited for is the mental clarity now that you can create anything without having the device holding you back. Can't wait for more videos. Exactly. I like that too. Peter Gregg, the fan is gone. The fan is gone. I'm going to prove it to you. Let's do the test one more time. The computer is warm to the touch, as the M1s do get warm to the touch. They're doing a lot of work. My phone is warm to the touch as well. But I will open the dB meter. As I said, this room is usually 32, 33 ambient noise decibels. With the iMac, as soon as I streamed on Monday, it jumped up to 45, 46. That's an increase of about 13, 15 decibels. I'm going to not talk, and I'm going to do the dB meter, and I'm going to show you what it is. 32 is everything turned off in the room, just ambient noise. And to be fair, I'll put it on the same spot that I had it before. 32. So the fan may be on, it may be purring. It was purring last night. It may be purring like a cat, but it's not adding any, it's not doing anything invasive like the Intel used to do. So Peter Gregg, I'm finally rid of fan noise. It's finally no longer an issue. I still think the noise gate is useful. I still use the noise gate, but I no longer have to worry about that ramping up on a certain video. Great. Use the ban button for sure. I sure did, and it felt real good. Rosanna, you're being bad moderators today. You didn't get them out. Don't worry about it. I've got the ban button. YouTube also intercepted and someone else for me. It's absolutely fine. Is it real people or bots? We shall never know. We shall never know. Peter's in the building. I'm not here all the time, but I can be a mod if you want. Okay, I'll remember that, Peter. Thank you. I got a capture card with OBS. What I am using? I'm now using the Shores. I absolutely love these Shores. I'm going to review them. I got them on sale. That's not why I got them. They're recommended from our friend, The Real Ting, who's often in the chat. And they're great. I'm very happy with them. Very, very happy. Combination of bots and sad people lashing out. That's true. Yes. Aaron is selling me on Ecamm Live for those overlays and back end. Peter Gregg, check this out. Ooh. Happy Halloween, everybody. You gotta go get yourself a pumpkin latte. Good job there's no spider. I hate spider. Oh my goodness, there's a spider. Please go away, spider. Okay. Oh, I hope that's the end of that. Oh my God. Oh dear. Oh dear. Beamer said, don't worry, he's tied with Blue Ridge. Oh dear. Would you have a preference on the Rodecaster versus the new Tascam Mixcast? I haven't seen the Mixcast yet. I wanted to get a Rodecaster, but the Rodecaster Pro, but the thing is, it doesn't have a guitar input. So I went with the Apollo Twin X, which I love. As a guitarist, I can plug a guitar straight into it. It's great. I'm actually thinking about getting the Stream Deck. I see there's a Loop Deck and a Stream Deck now, Peter. Have you got either of those? I'm thinking about getting the Stream Deck just so I can have, like, I have sound effects here, like this. I want to just have them on a screen in front of me so I can just go, like, applause, applause. I haven't got to reach over the mouse or do anything. Just do it all from my hands. That might, and that would work with Final Cut Pro as well. That might even speed up my workflow with Final Cut Pro. That could be cool. Brad Miller, thanks for joining us. Thanks for spending some time with us. I appreciate it. See you again soon. Nice to have a challenge. Yes. Peter, it is completely silent. Like I said, it's not exactly what I imagined because there's still planes, there's still neighbors' TVs, there's still ambient background noise. There's still the click of the mouse, the squeak of the chair. So the noise gate is still great, and I'm pleased about that because I spent a lot of money on the Apollo Twin X for that hardware noise gate that it has on device. So I'm not going to stop using it, but it's so nice now that if I want to play some guitar like I just did, I can literally just go over to the interface, click on that preamp here, turn off the noise gate. Now you hear there's some ambient noise, but it's nothing compared to what it used to be. And then I can even go to the interface and turn on the reverb, which is really nice. Check this out. And this is just a shotgun mic, remember that, but I can now... So I can now do that stuff without that crazy, like, in the background. Really nice. And of course, for recording, I wouldn't use a noise gate, and that's fine now. I don't need to use a noise gate. For now, if I'm recording, that sound won't be coming through the record. Everything's just better, especially for a musician. It's great. But like I said, the noise gate still cleans things up. It's still better with it on for talking. I'll turn it on right now. Now all the noise is gone, which is a really nice thing. I'm very happy, Peter. I'm finally happy with the computer. Very, very happy with it. Just go through the last comments. M1 Mac Mini for the quietness, exactly. Still a great purchase. I bet that thing's absolutely fine. I know Peter Gregg has like 4 cameras with a Mac Mini. It's fine. It's great. What do I do about the barking dog? You take it to the doghouse. Alan says, even other musicians don't understand why it's easier for me to sing when playing guitar. Can also sing without, but it's more natural for me while playing. Understand you. Yeah, well, I think I agree with you, Alan, but it's also what we get used to, isn't it? So when I play the guitar and sing, I always do that. That's what I always do. So for that reason, it's not natural for me to not sing or to not play and sing at the same time. The DB software can help you find the background noise and try to isolate it from the room. Yep. Isn't your AER Compact 60 enough for your venues and needed the PA of the establishment? No. I don't have an AER Compact 60 anymore. I used one for years and I never liked the sound of it on the voice as much as a PA speaker. I think the new Bose and JBL speakers are better for voice, but they're still not enough for a room. Yeah, we still can't get around physics, can we, unfortunately? Oh, thank you, Info Seawolf. Appreciate it. We still can't get around the physics, unfortunately, of stuff. Like the Bose S1 Pro and the JBL are incredibly loud for what they are, the size and what they cost and everything, but they're still not going to compete with the full-size speakers. The AER might be great if you play small venues where they listen to you play in a coffee shop, but it won't be big enough for like a big rowdy bar. Definitely, I can definitely say that. Yeah. the point you make is good though, Eddie. You can certainly run that into the house system as well. And that's fine because that's just for you at that point. But I don't always have that. Sometimes my speaker is the only speaker that they have. Yeah. It's worth the wait, worth the pain. I am very happy about it. Very happy. But also, aside from the fan noise, I'm really happy with the responsiveness of everything. Like I said, Peter, you weren't here earlier, but even clicking on... Thank you, David. Even just clicking on a comment, it's like instant now. It used to take forever. Not forever. It used to take a few seconds. I felt like... I used to think, I used to wonder, have I clicked on the comment? And then I see it. Now I click on the comment and it's there so fast, I have the opposite problem. Like, did I click on it? Oh yeah, it's already up there. It's great. I haven't seen you excited. Yeah, I love tech. I've always loved computer. Like, I love music, like acoustic guitars, and I love computers for getting the music out there. I always have done. I don't always like putting the two things together for like computer music or whatever, but I love it when it makes life easier. And these new Apple computers are just a real step above. They're really onto something with this, which is great. Greatest of all time. Compressor and noise gate. Yep. Lee says, I've got to go to Maury in a minute. I don't want to lose my 50% discount. Look, I'm not being rude. I will watch Maury's stream when I'm done. I'll either, if I finish now, I'll jump over there. And if I don't finish now, I'm going to watch the replay. That sound is incredible. Yeah, I can't wait to watch this stream back to see how it sounds. Out of context. No problem, Eddie. The second half of this stream is just random chat. And that actually, it usually is a good thing because it makes me talk about stuff I wasn't going to talk about. I welcome it. Came back on when you guys talked about JBL, I think it was. Yeah. Get that recorded by Chris to me and I'll sing it, by the way. Very pretty sound. Yeah, I told you, Peter. Let's do a collaboration. I'd love to do a collaboration with you for Christmas. So I will record it. Yeah, now you're recording vocals, right? You could sing. I'll record the intro with the melody on the guitar, and then I'll record you just the guitar part, and you can sing over it, and we can put it up on our channels. That'd be great. Invest in yourself. Yeah, I know we often joke about this stuff, Lewis, when we're on Peter's chat room together. You don't want to overspend and buy stuff you won't use, but I will say this is exciting. This is nice. This is removing a barrier. This is making everything better. This is nothing that I couldn't do with my old computer, but it's so much more fun to do it with this computer. Well, that's the thing, Lewis. I'm not using the laptop screen. I'm actually wasting the computer. The computer is in clamshell mode. I'm not using any of it. I've got a dock plugged into it, and I've got the LG 5K display as my display, which is about the same quality as an iMac. So in a way, I'm wasting this thing because I'm not using the fantastic display on the laptop or the really good speakers or even the headphone output. I'm just using that to power the power of it to power everything else. Of course, if I do use it as a laptop, it's going to be even better because you're absolutely right. That screen is fantastic, but I'm not using those features of it. So I'm kind of wasting it in a way right now. But in the future, I intend to have it open and use that screen as well as the other screen. And that's exciting. Appreciate your answer and your thoughts. No problem. Always welcome here, Eddie. That's why the channel is here, to talk about gear. And yeah, I hope today was useful. Today we spoke about the new MacBook Pros from Apple. I think they're great. I don't think they're for everyone. I think the exciting thing is the original M1 Macs are still great and can get people into streaming and making videos, no problem. If you want that extra power and, what's the word, future-proofing and just nice to have those extra things, bells and whistles, these new ones are fantastic. I can't wait to see where Apple go. Are we going to get an M2, an M3, an M4, and M5? Can you imagine when we look back on these as being like the basic old machines? It's going to be crazy, right? All I can tell you is everything is running great. I'm so relieved it's working. Again, knock on wood, because I haven't installed all my stuff yet. But it's really fun, really good stuff. We spoke about the Bose RC600. That thing is making some waves. I hope to get to have Bose on here January time and do a review of that pedal as well. I am excited for it. I just think we're getting too excited for gear now. It's not even been released. And I think the danger is we'll be disappointed. I was a bit like that with this laptop. I knew it'd be good, but I didn't want to get carried away. But now I've done a live stream for an hour and a half in 4K 60 with no fan, running every app on my computer. I'm really impressed. I'm going to say that. I'm really impressed. That's incredible. Yeah, so let's do this again. Let's make the subscribe, ring the bell. I'll see you next Wednesday. I'm going to try to do Monday with Maury at 4 o'clock. Wednesdays at 1 o'clock EST. 1 or 2, I haven't decided yet. And Sundays, the concert at 4 p.m. EST. And this Sunday will be a spooky Halloween special. So do join me for more of this and this and this. Thank you. Subscribe, ring the bell, take care, enjoy your evening. Thanks for spending some time with me. I really appreciate it. I'm going to jump over to Maury's music right now and check him out. And I'll see you again in the future video real soon. Real soon. Thank you. Later.